You everyone, I just wanted to come on here and ask you what's stopping you from taking your next step. I think a lot of times we're not able to move forward either because one, we're afraid, two, we're not willing to give up our past lives, three, we care a lot about what people have to say about us, or who might think this or who might think that, or oh, you're acting different now, or whatever. But what is stopping you from making a change? Like literally, what is stopping you from making a change other than your mindset? I think it all boils down to what is your mindset. I think we need to focus on, for you, at least I know for me, I had problems in the areas like giving up people who don't serve me in my life anymore, or giving up things that don't serve me anymore in my life. What are those things that you're unwilling to give up, even though they're not good for you? You need to find those things. What are those things that are holding you back? In the back of your mind, you're like, all right, I don't need this. Then why are you still carrying it around? It's almost as if you're carrying around heavy luggage that you don't need, heavy luggage that you cannot take with you, heavy luggage that you have to leave behind in the past. What are you keeping around that does not serve you in your life right now? As I said before, this can be people, this can be old habits. It might not be the same for everybody, but these are like key things that you need to find out. What is stopping you from making your next step? People, your fear of what they'll think of you, your fear of losing your old self. If you're afraid of losing your old self, you cannot enter into the new beginning of your new self. All right, what does that mean? If you're afraid to allow your old self to die, your new self will never live. Essentially, you'll always be in the cycle of saying, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that," and never make an action. You're never gonna move if you don't change what you're doing. I think the definition of schizophrenia is expecting a new result by doing the same thing. How do you expect for newness to come into your life if you're not willing to take action? Do something different. There's no other way. There's no other way. Also, if there is something that you feel you're called to do, something that on your heart you want to do, why aren't you doing it? To be a new person, you have to start acting as if you're that new person right now. Think what they would think, do what they would do, and slowly those will be your new habits. Slowly, it's almost like you're tricking yourself at first. Tricking yourself, what would this person do? What would the better me do? And then slowly you develop into that person, little by little. You have to change your actions. Even for me, I had problems with. So, alright, you know things that you want to do, you know things that you feel you're called to do, or your purpose in life, yet you're not willing to stretch forward into it. you're not willing to take that first step, that first leap of faith into that calling or into what you want to do because you're afraid of what other people might think, or you're afraid that you won't get it right, or you're a perfectionist, so you don't even try. All of this is just fears in your head, not allowing you to move forward. It doesn't make sense. You worrying about anything. What do you rather? Regret? Okay. What are you afraid of? Failing when trying, or the regret of you missing out on this new opportunity that you didn't even try to get? You didn't even try. It's better to try and fail than not try at all. At least when you try, you know, all right, this ain't for me, so I'm gonna do something else. You never take action, so of course you're gonna have regret. You're gonna wonder, what if that regrets? I believe it goes deeper than that. If God has called you to do something, take action. If you know that God has called you to do something, why are you being disobedient to God? God has said, all right, your calling is to impact people. Your calling is to teach people, help out people. Your calling is to be an artist. Your calling is to be a content creator. Your calling is in whatever career path that he wants you in, so he can do his work. And it's something that you know you want to do as well. Why aren't you taking action? Furthermore, you're being disobedient to God. Why aren't you taking action? There are so many people that you can help with your gift. There are so many people that you can impact their lives with just you. Don't you think something special about you? There's something special about every single person. And if you know that you can provide something to the world, why aren't you doing that? One, I think that's selfish. I think you're not willing to share your gift with other people because you think the gift you have is yours. You think the gift you have, you gave it to yourself, right? No, it was given to you for a purpose. It's not yours to keep, it's not yours to squander. So we need to think about what are the things that are holding us back. What are the things that are stopping you from taking the next step? What's stopping you from going to church, reading your Bible, praying to God? What's stopping you from going to the gym? You're like, oh, I'll go next week. Oh, I'm not ready yet. I'll go next month. What is stopping you? You're only stopping yourself. That's a lack mindset. Why aren't you willing to better yourself? What's stopping you? Something so simple, step by step. All right. I think, at least I know one problem for me. I wasn't able to focus on what I really needed to do because I got focused on the whole big picture. All right, how am I gonna start a YouTube channel? I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this. Rather than just thinking, I just need to make one step and then make another step. It's that simple. One step, then another step. I don't have to think about, all right, I'm gonna build my dream physique in a gym all at once. I just have to think about, all right, what am I going to do on this day? What am I going to eat? What am I going to do tomorrow? What exercises am I going to do next week? Little by little steps. You don't have to think about being an artist all at once. All right, what am I going to write this day? How am I going to plan this? If you want to pursue a certain career, all right, you know, I'm going to have to study this. I'm going to have to go to university for that. Do this and that and that. Little by little, little chunks. You don't have to attack everything all at once. So we need to focus on what is stopping us from moving forward. Whether that's our own fears, whether that's our procrastination, whether that is us over analyzing and not doing anything because we want to make it perfect, or we us allowing us to confuse us by not even taking action or taking the first step. All you have to do is take the first step. Don't even care about what other people think. People are more focused on their lives than other people's lives, so it doesn't even matter. What does it even matter? Take the first step. If something's stopping you from moving forward, if it's a person, get rid of that person. If they do not serve you anymore in your life, why are they in your life? There's no reason. If something does not serve you, give it up. Like today. Like today. If it's not beneficial for you, if you're not getting anything out of it, and not to say that you should use people or only if they can give you something. But I think at the end of the day, if it's not taking you where you want to go, if it's not beneficial for your life, why is it in your life? It shouldn't be. So I just wanted to come on and tell you to take the first step. The change starts with you. Better your life. Take action today.